black man can't do nothing, right? The people that march in the Black Lives Matter, I want to know, are you pro-black or are you just racist? Like, anyone could join, but I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't really think a lot of y'all really pro-black. I just think y'all hate white people. I just think y'all racist because most of the stuff y'all say is just racist. I have yet to see one that's actually pro-black and like really like black people. Most of these pro-black people are just kind of racist to me. We're talking about everything like that. We talk about interracial marriage because some of y'all pro-black people get mad when you see a person with a white woman. When you see a black man with a white woman, that makes you mad. When you see a black woman with a white man, y'all don't like that. So are you really pro-black or are you just racist? And then y'all try to quote Dr. Umar. Like, Dr. Umar is no thought leader in the black community. He's a race hustler, bro. He just got y'all in a headlock. Because answer the question, black people, are you pro-black or are you just racist? Because y'all try to say, oh, black on black crime don't exist. But it literally does. Because it's just the people in your vicinity. Black people tend to live next to more black people. That's why they commit crimes. It's going to be the victim's going to be probably a black person. Just like for white people. But y'all don't want to address the black on black crime. And another thing, black culture is cooked. Black culture is done. Like the music, trash. The music is because of racism. I'm like, no, it's literally because they're white. But y'all don't want to address that. I'm the sellout when I mention that. Like, come on now. So I got to know, am I the problem? Is it me? I don't think it's me. I just think y'all not really pro-black, especially the pro-blackly black, Black Lives Matter this, Black Lives Matter this. Oh, I'm going to go march for George Floyd. George Floyd, the one that was on that stuff, him, that's what you're going to go march for? Like, come on now. How come who is the good leaders in the black community? Who do y'all follow? Like the rappers? The rappers talk about horrible stuff. Like the entertainers are just as bad as the rappers. Like, come on, the actors, like black culture is just cooked. If you want to talk about like the music, trash. The food, delicious. But you meet your demise from eating too much of it, and y'all don't understand portion control. Don't attack me. Don't attack me. Attack your diet. Don't attack me. Like, I know y'all want to come up here and tell me, are you really pro-black or you just racist? Because all y'all talking this pro-black stuff, but y'all don't want to say, hey, yo, maybe we should exercise more, eat less. None of y'all want to talk about that. But if I mention it, I'm a sellout. Like, if I mention that, that makes me a sellout? Come on now. I don't really think a lot of the people that say, oh, they're pro-black, they love the black people, they really do, because y'all address this stuff. Y'all say, you know what? The food is killing us. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Hello, Heat Master, that's your name?
Heat Miser.
Oh, my bad. These glasses I'm rocking. You black?
Yes, absolutely.
I got a question. Are you pro-black or just racist?
I'm black.
You pro-black?
I'm black. Question. I got a few questions for you though.
Oh,
because you just showed up on my FYP, so I just have a question.
We could talk.
Is the hat? Is there any significant? Is there anything behind the hat?
Bro, I'm wearing this hat because...
Is there any significance? Are you trolling right now with the hat?
I'll answer the question. Me talking about this subject, I already expect people in the comments over here call me a coon. So I might as well rock a coonskin hat.
Okay, so you are trolling.
I know.
Okay,
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for talking about this topic in general. So I'm just gonna rock the hat. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be proud of it.
So are you cooning with the gold chain also and the sunglasses?
Bro, I just think that look. Do I not look good? Tell me I don't look good. Tell me I don't look good though. It's supposed to be just funny.
My G, are you really doing that?
Yes,
are you really doing that?
Yes, I literally am. So what's up?
Do you walk around like that normally? Do you wear like the uniform outside of streaming?
I did this to provoke people. So certain people are gonna call me a coon no matter what I say, no matter what I wear. They're gonna say, "Oh, you cooning this, you cooning that," and all I'm just saying is the stuff in the black community is bad for us. The food delicious, but we meet our end more to the food than police brutality and black on black crime than anything else. But I'm a coon, I'm a sellout because I wear this. I'm a coon, I'm a sellout because I'm talking about these topics.
I think that black people overall are making a move towards health. You know, when I go in the gym, it's filled with black people. A lot of my friends are vegans. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily buy into the narrative that you're putting out there.
I'm not putting out a narrative out there. If you look up the statistics,
Sure, if
the
you're
majority of
saying
black
that
people are
we don't
overweight.
have portion control, we're
No,
not
I got a question for you. I got a
exercising,
question for
that's
you.
not true.
Is the majority of black
Okay.
people, according to the statistic, not because you're talking anecdotally here right now, because that's just the people around you. Is the majority of black people overweight?
I have no data that would
80%
I'm
of
like,
tell
black
where
me
you
yes
getting
or
these
no.
stats
I have
from?
no
Do you
data
have any
that would tell me that.
statistics?
Kevin Samuels.
I
I'm
have
gonna quote
no
Kevin Samuels
data.
because Kevin Samuels quoted blackpeople.stats.com. We could look this up right now. It was black people stats by black people
Okay,
for
so
black
why
people.
don't
You
you
want to
do
look this
that?
up? Because
Why
I'm
don't
like,
you do
can
that?
somebody
And you
look
tell me
it
what
up?
the
and
obesity
80%
rate
of that
is.
number is obese.
Okay, so you tell me what the obesity rate is in black people, and then right after that, tell me what the obesity rate is in white people.
I got a question.
Because
I got
I
a
would
question. I got a
assume
question. I
that
got a
it's
question. I
about
got
the
a question.
same.
I got a
I
question. I
would
got a question.
assume that it's about the same.
Why do you care about that number? Because it's close, but we're still
Because
more obese than
we're
them.
already considered the most obese country on the planet, right? So I would have to believe, since we're only 13% of the people who actually live here, that must mean that our fellow citizens in this country must also have a problem with obesity. That's just a hunch.
The CDC 49.9% obesity rate.
Amongst who?
Black
In African
community.
Americans?
Black community, yeah.
In
I'm gonna look.
African Americans.
It doesn't say African American. It just says the black community.
What
That's
does it
like,
say?
according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the obesity rate amongst non-Hispanic black adults in the United States is 49.9 as of 2017 to 2020.
Okay, so what is it amongst white adults, non-Hispanic?
I got a question. Does that make it any better?
No, just answer my question. Just look it up. I just want to compare the two numbers, and then we can have a
41.
nuanced conversation about those
41.
differences.
41.
41%. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
So
So there's a
that's
so there's an
obesity. That's
8%
not just
difference.
overweight.
No, that's obesity. But obesity is literally being overweight.
No,
So I
no,
don't
there's
know what you're talking about.
There's levels to it. There's overweight and then there's obesity. Obesity is like
No, when the CDC says obesity, they mean it by the textbook definition, which I think is like
a certain
15 to 20
BMI.
pounds over your ideal
It's
weight.
not based on
So like
overweight by pound. It's based
if you're
on
5'11", you're supposed to be 175 pounds.
yo, big dog.
So if
Big
you
dog.
go
It's
up
not
to
about
200
weight. It's
pounds,
about body
you're
fat percentage
overweight.
BMI. It's not about. It's about body fat percentage BMI.
Okay. So I don't really see that as like something. I see that as a trend that's changing. I'm pretty sure that it's better than it was 10 years ago.
And I'll kind of agree with you. I feel like I understand we're having this big kick, but we still have a lot of pushback from when we mention weight in the black community. When we talk about someone being overweight in the black community, do you not get a lot of pushback?
No, you don't. We make fun of big people in the black community. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And
Bro,
everyone is trying to get slim.
I see
Everyone is
yo, peep
getting
this.
weight reduction operations and stuff. Everyone is taking Ozempic now if they
Bruh.
can't lose the weight. So I
me
mean,
say- let me
like,
say
it's
something.
not this. It's not the same issue.
Let me say something. I seen a video of a black lady talking about, oh, she was overweight, and she was talking about, oh, when we diet, when we lose less calories. I'm like, are you really dieting? They're trying to say dieting was racist. I know you've seen stuff like that before, right?
No, but even if I did, I wouldn't pay any mind to something like that. Because here's the thing: anyone could create content. Anyone could sit in front of a
It was
camera
like a talk
and
show
say
host
just
or-
about
not a talk show host,
anything.
but it was like a
There's
talk show that
no.
saying that on like TV.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's nothing stopping you from saying just about anything in the world today unless you slander another human being or say a bold-faced lie. Those are the only two things that'll get you shut down
So I got a question for you.
financially.
Do you think the black culture is good right now currently? Or do you think we
Well,
need a
what are you
black
talking
renaissance?
about?
Black
You know,
culture.
as far Okay, so here's the thing. As far as black people, we've been here for hundreds of years. So there's literally tons of things that are considered a part of our culture that are here for us to indulge in, whether that be recipes, whether that be books, whether that be songs, whether that be
So do you think
art,
black culture is good?
whether
The
that be
current black
film.
culture, do you think it's good? The music right now, do you think it's good? The movies that are
I'm
on
so
display that's
busy.
considered
I'm so
black, do you think
busy
it's good?
listening to my mother's music right now and the music that I grew up off of right
I'm
now
like, it's
that I haven't
hundreds,
even
hundreds
really
of
done a
years of
deep
music
dive
that
on
you can go
anything
back
that's
on.
like not played on the radio
Is
right
that
now.
cat fiddler fish?
Yeah, it's literally hundreds of years of music that you can go back. Literally, even rock
What's the
and
most
roll.
popular music currently right now in the black community? The dominant music right now in the mainstream.
I would say up until a few months ago it was Kendrick Lamar.
No,
Up until a
the
few months
genre.
ago.
Specifically the genre.
Oh, it's hip hop.
Hip hop rap, right? And the message in hip
Hip
hop rap,
hop.
what do you think about that?
We have so many varieties. There's so many
I'm talking
varieties of
about the
music
mainstream, the thing
because
that got the
Nicki
culture in the
Minaj isn't
headlock
talking
right
about
now.
the same thing that NBA YoungBoy is talking about,
Are they
and
not talking
Snoop
about
is not
sex?
talking about the same thing that Eminem is talking about. And all of these artists have music out right now. And Pitbull is not talking about the same thing
Do they all
that
talk
Rick
about
Ross is talking
do they
about.
all talk
So
about
that you
sex?
literally,
Do they
Flow Rider's
do
not
they all
talking
talk
about
about
the same
sex?
thing that Nelly's talking
Do they all
about. No,
talk
they're
about
not. Nelly,
sex? Do they all talk
Nelly's, well,
don't they all talk about sex,
they
including
don't
Nicki
do that in country
Minaj?
music.
Huh?
That doesn't happen in country music.
Bro, see, why are you deflecting? Why are you
No, I'm not
deflecting? Like
deflecting. I'm just
country
saying
music don't like the main
what
three
music
topics.
is devoid of sex?
The main three topics
What
in rap and
music is
hip hop.
devoid of sex?
The main three topics in rap
What
and hip hop.
music
The
is
main
devoid
three
of
topics
sex?
in rap and hip hop is sex, getting your money up, and illicit substances. Can you say that about country music? Cause yeah, they talk about that in country music.
Drinking, driving drunk, cheating
Bro,
on a wife.
You tell me, how
Um,
much country music do you listen to? What's your favorite country music artist?
I don't have one.
So why are you telling
Probably
me that's
Johnny
that's what's
Cash.
going
Probably
on in
Johnny Cash.
Oh,
Vintage
you tell me
Johnny
that's what Johnny
Cash.
Cash was talking about in his music, drinking and
And
cheating on
Johnny
his wife?
Cash is doing covers on his last album, yo. He
So
was doing
so
Nine
what
Inch
was he
Nails
talking
on his
about?
last album. I don't know what the hell
keep
you
on
talking
mentioning
about,
every
B.
time I bring something up, you keep on deflecting to
Every
another
time you
race.
bring
Every time
something up, I
say,
shut you
What
down.
about white people? And I'm like, what are they talking about? You say they're talking about this.
No,
this,
it's
and this.
not
I say,
what
what
about
artist
white
do you listen
people.
to from
It's
that?
it's not
you
that.
say, I don't
It's
listen to this artist. I
you're
don't listen
trying
to
to
this genre, but they talk
criticize
about
the
this.
music. Hold on, you're trying to criticize a style of music because it contains things that the same things that you would find in any other music. I just use country as an example. I
The
could have said pop.
majority of country
I
music
could have
don't
said
talk
pop
about that
music.
stuff.
I could have said pop music.
Okay, what's your
They
favorite
don't
pop
talk about
artist?
sex in pop music.
What's your favorite pop artist?
Lady Gaga.
And what is she? Lady Gaga has a whole bunch of crazy stuff. What are you talking about?
She's pop.
What does she talk about in her music?
She got a song called Poker Face, yo.
Okay, what else?
Yo, she did a whole album with R. Kelly. That was all freaky shit.
Bro, do you actually listen to Lady Gaga or you just mention her just to mention her?
I'm trying to make a point.
Bro, you're trying to deflect. You're not making a point. Every time
I'm making
every
points.
time I say something wrong with the black community, you say, "Oh, what about this race? What about this culture? What about this?" I'm like, we're talking about the
No,
black community,
you
right?
criticize hip hop music for
Because
talking
what are the
about
main three topics in hip hop? No matter who the artist, in the mainstream in hip hop right now,
hip
the
hop
main
is
three topics
diverse.
are
There are
about
people
money,
talking about
trying to get your
everything.
money up,
There's
not
gospel
necessarily
rap.
illegal.
There's all type of music.
What's
yo.
your favorite gospel rapper?
I couldn't. Oh, the guy with the dreads that went after Rick Ross. I think his name
Bro,
is
you
Idea.
always
I
deflecting,
think his
but you
name is
don't listen
Idea.
to this. Bro, you don't even listen to the stuff you're trying to quote. You bringing up these
What are
other
you
stuff,
talking
but you
about?
don't even listen to it.
Yo, dude, who do you listen to?
I listen to Big Sean, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, some Kanye West.
Okay.
But what are the popular artists? What do they talk about?
Kanye West isn't talking about drugs.
Bro, this is my question though.
What's up?
Even if, even if, even if those are the topics of discussion of rap, who's promoting rap music?
And who gets
Who?
paid off of
Black
it?
people.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Who
no,
gets
no,
paid
no.
off
Come
rap
again.
music?
Come again. Who gets paid off of it?
What labels?
Who
How
gets
many
paid off
black
of
people
it?
you know own a label that put the music out?
If you didn't listen to it, they wouldn't put the music out.
Are black people pushing the music, or are the people that own the labels pushing the music?
If you didn't
Pushing
listen
the
to
topics
it,
that they
if
want to
people
get put
didn't
out.
listen to it, they wouldn't put that music out. If no one was listening
It's
to
a
Sexy
product,
Red,
Did you answer
sir.
my
would just
question?
It is
would
a
just fall to
product.
the
labels?
wayside.
Who
Too many people
Black
are listening
music
to
is
owns
a
Sexy
the stuff
Red.
that's
product.
pushing the product
Black
out?
music is a product that labels have commoditized, guy. And
Bruh,
if you
if
don't
people
realize
didn't
that,
listen to it, it wouldn't be popular. It doesn't matter how often or how
No,
much
if it
you
what's
wasn't
up
put
with
a name out
popular,
there.
people wouldn't
If
listen
people
to it.
didn't listen to it,
You
it
you
had
wouldn't
don't
to
get
have
any
this
push this on
traction.
criticism
people
for
for
film?
you
You
had
don't
to
have this
push this
criticism
on
for
people
film,
for
sir?
tens and
You don't think
20
it's
and
as
30s of
corrupt?
years.
Y'all talking at the same time.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm like, you literally have to push a product for years and years for it to be popular. So if it wasn't popular, people wouldn't rap about it. If they
Bruh, you don't
wasn't pushing
just
this
because
back
they
when
push it
Jay-Z
don't mean you have to listen
started
to
talking
it.
about selling crack, then they wouldn't have kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. So a couple
Just
people
because they
made it
pushing
popular,
it don't
so they started pushing it out.
I don't listen to Sexy
It's that
Red.
easy.
I've never listened to Sexy Red. No matter how much they push it, I hear a Sexy Red even come on. I press skip. I close that real quick. Obviously, people are listening to it if someone's able to push it. If people were able to push it and no one listened to it, then they would stop pushing it. Like, come on now, you gotta be for real. People are pushing it because people listen to it. And why are people like listening to it and then they want to say, "Oh, it's being pushed on us"? Just don't listen to it. Is it not that simple? Am I saying something crazy?
Bro. So the shit that you experienced for years and years and years, you saying that shit don't have no effect on you. That's what you saying? Everything you do, every day you wake up.
Taking accountability for what you do. You listen to it. They don't force headphones on your ears. It might come up in your in the next in your playlist. You could always hit skip.
I still can't get over the coon hat, yo.
It's just comedic on purposes, big dog.
Yeah,
I know
man, but
I'm
it's
guaranteed in the
it's
comments sooner or
disturbing.
later
It's like
you're
some
gonna hear
Stephen
someone just type
Fetchich. You
coon,
ever see the
coon,
movie
coon.
Bamboozled, yo?
I have not.
You ever see that movie?
I have not.
Oh, you should check it out,
Bro,
yo.
you can't
You'll
tell me I
never wear
don't
that
look
hat
fly
again.
though. You can't tell me I don't look fly.
Dude,
Fuck no.
you look like a parody, yo. You're
That
like a
was-
fucking parody,
I
yo.
already know I'm gonna get some type of pushback. People call me coon, Uncle Tom, this and that, or you cooning for so and so. I already
Why
know
did you
that.
vote for Trump? Why did you vote for Trump?
You see that right there?
Do you typically promote Trump?
I'm a conservative,
And you're just putting this up here because he's indefensible right now? Is that what it is?
bro. We're not even talking about Trump this time. I talk about Trump all the time. But all right, real quick, what's the problem with Trump? Was it the opportunity
Yo.
zones he did for black people? Was it funding the HBCU? Was it the First Step Act?
Opportunity zones. Are you serious?
So we'll start with the opportunity zones.
Opportunity. You know what an opportunity zone is? Opportunity zone is opportunity zone says I could set up a LLC. I could purchase a property in any blighted area, anywhere where like the income is less than $50,000 a year, which is basically anywhere, right? I could buy the building and I could like fix the roof, put a new door in, some doorbells, give it a coat of paint, and sell it for $100,000 more and pay no capital gains tax on it. That's what that program is.
That's all
It's
it is?
essentially it's a real estate
That's all it
program where
is?
they give you financing to buy properties in blighted areas or any area that they believe that people make less than a certain income in that particular state. And then based on that, you get to buy the place at a discount, and then when you sell it, you don't pay any capital gains tax on it. So that means if you bought it for 100 and you build and you knock it down and you put, a $5 million building on top of it, you don't pay the capital gains tax on the 499
Wait, say
$4.9 million
you say
that you
you
made.
bought a
It's
$500
all
million
goes in your
dollars.
pocket.
You say you bought a
Typically,
five.
that would be
No, stop, stop,
typically
stop,
that
stop,
would be
stop.
2.4
Stop. I
million
got a
in
question.
taxes.
I got a question. You said you buy a $5 million property, right?
No, I said you buy a $100,000 property,
And then you do what to it?
knock it down, and then you put a $5 million property on it. On
But did
that,
you
on that.
just building that property? You didn't gain any value in it. Like, that's not what capital gains
What are
is
you
about.
What are you talking about? You bought a property, and then you essentially use that space to build another property on it. So now that address, even though it's a new structure, it's an existing address. It's not considered a new home.
So if you build a home for someone, you don't gotta pay capital gains for it. So it's trying to incentivize people to invest in poor communities.
It incentivizes people to come in and to take money out of the community, because that money
How did
would
they take
typically
money
be
out
paid
if
in
they
taxes.
if they build a $5 million
That money would be
property?
paid in taxes.
How did they take money out when they built a $5 million community
That
or
money would be
property?
paid in taxes. Then they're not talking about
What about
cutting
the
benefits
what
and
type of
doing
property?
shit
What type
like
of
that,
property
because
did
they're
they build that's
actually
$5 million?
collecting taxes
What
to
type of
pay for it.
What type of property did they build that is $5 million?
In New York, shit, you could build, let's say, a 5-family, 3 stories, 2 apartments on each floor.
So
That's
building
like
an
a
apartment in poor
6-family.
communities. So these incentives. So basically saying
It's not
the
even a poor
incentive to build
community. It's not even a poor community. Houses there cost $1 million. It's not even a poor community.
So wait,
It is
so the
just
houses there cost $1 million.
it's affordable
How does it
housing.
part of the Opportunity Zones program?
Because like in that particular area of the Bronx, right, you can get a 1-bedroom for like $2,000
So is that an
or
opportunity
less.
zone?
That area would be considered an opportunity zone area.
It would be. So $1 million property is considered an opportunity zone. You're telling me?
In New York, yeah, easy.
I don't even take that serious, bro. So it's mostly
Yo,
poor
look
communities that they're trying
look
to
at the
incentivize
average
people.
size. Look at the average cost of a 1-family house in New York City. Pick any borough
Bro, you act like
and look at the average
everybody's living
cost
in
of a
$1 million homes.
1-family house.
People are not living in
I'm
big houses in New York in the first place. They're living in
No,
apartments.
that's what I'm saying. I'd say the cheapest house you could find in New York City, all of New York City,
Why are we
you
talking
might
about
be able to
houses?
find
Most people don't
something
live in
for.
houses in New York
You
City.
might be able to find something for 750,000.
Most
You
people
might be
don't
able to
live in
find something.
houses in New York City. Am I saying something
Where do
wrong?
they live?
In
Where do they live?
apartments.
Really?
It's New York, bro. It's known for having apartment buildings.
That's Manhattan.
Is that not the? So the whole
That's
city is, so the
Manhattan.
majority of the city is houses? Because I'm not from New York. Well, I know about New
That's
York is a whole bunch of
Manhattan.
apartments. It's only
New York,
Manhattan.
New York is
So the
five.
Bronx
New
don't
York
have
is
apartment
5
buildings.
boroughs.
The
Of
Bronx don't
course
have.
they do.
But you just
Of
that's
course they
Manhattan.
do.
What about the other boroughs? They don't have
Of
apartment,
course,
bro.
of course
All
they
right.
do.
So to me, opportunity zone is trying to incentivize people to, even with
But
not paying taxes, to build building. You could say they're building family family homes and stuff like that, and you're trying to say they're only building $1 million house. I'm like, come on
no,
now.
they're taking
Come
they're
on.
taking
What about
properties
the First
like
Step
$1 million
Act?
properties, knocking them down and putting up $5 million properties. That's what's going on. You can, I
It
challenge
says
you to
low
go on
income
Willow right
communities. No
now
million
and
dollar
see if you
community
can
is
find a
considered a
house
low
in New
income
York City
community.
for less than seven hundred and fifty
No
thousand
million dollar
dollars. You
community
can't.
can be considered
You
low
cannot.
income.
You will not be able to find a house for less than $750,000
It
anywhere
wouldn't
in New
be
York
low
City.
income. You can't afford that
None
with
of the
low
5
income.
boroughs.
You can't afford that with low income.
Dude, why don't you have the computer right in front of you? Why don't
Opportunity
you
zones
go
are an
on Willow?
economic development
Go
tool.
on Willow
Opportunity zones
and
are an
put in Brooklyn, New York, and go to the cheapest property. I guarantee you it's gonna be no less than $750,000.
If
I
you're able to
guarantee
afford a
you.
$750,000 house, that's not gonna be considered low income. So what are you bringing this up for?
Affordable housing,
It
meaning
says low
that if I hold on, listen closely so you can
The
understand.
purpose is to spur
So
economic
if I
growth
take
and
a
job
if I
creation
take
in
$1 million,
low-income communities with providing tax benefits to investors.
Tax
Are you
benefits to investors.
Yeah, like maybe you don't pay taxes
they
because you're
don't
building
pay
a couple
capital
houses
gains
because you're
tax.
building houses. You
They don't pay capital gains tax, and you don't
just
have to
building
build
a
a new
property
structure
don't you don't
either.
just
So
building a
the
property
people
You
don't
don't
that
have
bought
to
the
build a new
property
value.
structure
don't
either.
pay taxes. Is that what I heard? My
Yeah.
bad.
No,
I'm actually just trying to understand it because I really don't. I'm
yo,
just in between this. My bad.
I don't think
Let's say you went
he's
and you
talking
bought.
about this,
Let's say
but I
you
don't
went
think
and
he
you bought
understands what he's
5
talking
buildings on
about.
the block,
It's
right?
mostly to help spur people to build stuff in low income communities. A $750,000
That's what
house
they
is not
say.
considered low income. Okay, give me an example of that happening. You tell me to look stuff up. Give me an example of that happening.
Go to see if you
No,
could
stop.
find.
You give me the example. You brought it up. Give me the example.
Okay, let's look on Willow.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
you got Willow up.
Go ahead. You
Let's put
brought
in
it up. You made the claim.
Zillow.
Support your claim.
Brooklyn, New York.
You brought this up. You have to support your claim. You brought this up. Go ahead. And you got not
What
just
do you want me to do? I'm answering you and you're interrupting
Okay,
me.
what
So
would
what
you
do you want
do
me to
is
do
find
exactly?
where some property was considered in the opportunity zone and it was a like $750,000 house. Find me that. And not just look up on Zillow, see it's a $750,000 house. It have to be a low like an opportunity zone. And
What is an opportunity zone? I don't like them.
opportunity zones are economic development tools that allow people to invest in distressed areas in the United States. Their purpose is to spur economic growth and job creation in low income communities while providing tax benefits to investors.
What is low income? Define low income. What does it
I
say?
believe like the median wage is around like what
What-
$50,000.
Okay, so all I have to do is find a neighborhood where the average
No,
income is
You gotta find where it
$50,000,
was
right?
labeled.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you an example of a building in a neighborhood that's $50,000 average income, where houses are $1 million.
I don't think
You
you
ready?
understand what you're talking
You ready?
about. I don't think
have
you
a
understand what you're
question,
talking
though.
about.
Can I ask a question?
Go
Are
ahead.
you ready?
Go ahead, cat filter. Kate, was it cat filter fish?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So you said it encourages people to invest in low income properties, right?
Low income community is not just building houses. You could build like restaurants, shop, and stuff like that.
And you said it incentivizes not being able to pay tax or something like that.
And I'm not saying they don't pay tax. It's supposed to be like tax benefits or tax incentives. Because like let's say you're building an apartment building. They say, okay, you could build that, but we're not gonna charge you certain taxes. So because New York got high taxes. So who would want to come build there and pay all these high taxes? Or it could incentivize and say, you know what, you don't have to pay those taxes, and people are more likely to come build there, right?
Okay, so how many people from these low income communities are able to invest in these buildings? How many people do you know in low income communities invest in buildings? Or is it people from different communities that go and buy these buildings and then benefit from the tax benefits?
So if you're building homes for people and building apartment buildings, like if people want to come build homes in an apartment building, but they say, you know what, it's too expensive here. What's one way to incentivize them to do that? Tax incentives, right?
Say that again.
If let's say I want to go build somewhere, I'm an outside investor. I don't live in this community. I want to find an area so I could build homes and build houses. And I see this place right here. Say if I build here, I won't have to pay taxes. That's incentivizing me to build there. Yes, I'm not paying taxes, but I'm building a home. I'm building people homes there. Yes, I'm not paying taxes, but I'm bringing shops there. Is that not a good thing?
But you're still the beneficiary. The low income people don't get anything from it.
They get houses.
The person that is investing their money is getting everything from it because they don't have to pay the taxes.
So getting more
Am I geeking?
Getting more apartments in an area, wouldn't that make rent cheaper?
Not
Supply,
necessarily, not at
isn't that
all. We
supply and
just got
demand? And when you increase the supply,
I
the price goes down.
whoa. I live in Baltimore. They just built a couple houses up the street and they rent is through the sky. So that's not true at all.
So like this, just a couple of houses, right? But what if they build like 100 homes there? What if they build a lot more than just a couple? Would that not make the price go down?
I don't think do you own any properties? I don't think you understand
I
how,
only own my house.
yeah, you don't own investment properties. People can raise their rent anytime they want, and they do it all the time.
And then people move and they say, oh, I can't find someone to live in this apartment that's willing to pay this high price. So supply and demand, I gotta bring down the price because the demand is low.
I just posted a link of a
It
neighborhood
doesn't allow you to post
where
links.
the income is under $50,000
It
a
doesn't
year,
allow you to post
and I
links. Are you
challenge you to
listening?
look on that listing
It doesn't
and tell me
allow
if
you
you
to
see
post links.
any property for less than $750,000.
Have you heard anything I said this whole time?
You said that
Have you heard anything I
low
just said
income
just now?
is not
Have
$750,000,
you learned
but I showed you a
anything I
place
just said
where
just
people are
now?
living at average
I'm
salaries
telling
at the
you, it doesn't
poverty
allow you
line,
to
sir.
post links. Are you listening to me?
What happened?
So you're not listening to me. I just said it's not allowing you to post links.
Oh, okay.
And so you saying so just say what you're trying to say.
I just went and looked, and I just saw that there's no home in an area where people make less than $50,000. I just picked a random zip code based on the average income, based off what the
And was it
census
an
says the
opportunity
average
zone?
income is. The opportunity, there
Was
is
it an
no
so you don't
opportunity zone. There is no opportunity zone. If it's defined by income,
I'm
then
just saying
the
I
opportunity
don't
zone
I don't know
only
exactly what's
exists
defined
in
by.
the
I'm
zip
just
codes,
goodness, you're not even gonna listen to
only
me.
exist in the zip codes where that
Talking, you're not even
income
listening to
is
anything I
under
say.
50,000. Am I correct?
You're not even listening to anything I say, are you? You're just gonna continue talking over me.
Yes or no? Is an opportunity zone a place where people make less than $50,000 a
Off
year?
the top
Yes
of
or
my head,
no?
I don't know the exact number.
Okay. Well, the income in that area
What
was
is considered an
$43,000 a
opportunity
year.
zone? Do you know?
Was
So you're not
$43,000 a
listening
year.
again. What is considered an opportunity zone?
It's any property. They don't have any you can't do it in the suburbs. It has to be in the city.
Do you even
And it
know what
has to be residential.
So you don't really understand what an opportunity zone is.
Of course I do. I know right now if I
Then what is the
wanted to
definition of opportunity zone?
I just explained it to you, dude.
It was wrong. I'm looking at the definition right now and it was wrong what you said.
You trying to give me a hard time, B.
Bro, I'm literally looking at the definition and you talked about $1 million property that they tore down and built a $5 million property on.
Yeah, I did.
And me looking at the definition, $1 million property would not be considered in a low income community, would it?
Of course it would be. And I just proved it to you by picking
what makes the $1 million property considered in a low income community?
Maybe a 2-family or a 3-family.
Are you being serious right now, or just?
I'm dead serious.
Or just being argumentative to be argumentative?
Where do you live? Like in Armpit, Mississippi, where houses are like $20,000? I don't know, B.
The greatest state.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. You can't even insure your crib. You can't even get insurance.
I have home insurance for where I live at. What you talking about? I got home insurance. So what are you talking about?
Okay. Try to renew your contract when it's time for it to try to renew it next year. I bet you it goes up.
So
I bet you it goes up.
It really didn't.
I bet you it goes up.
I literally just renewed it for April of this year. Like, what's up now?
Okay.
Bro, you just making claims about stuff you don't understand or don't know.
Dude, you have on a coon hat. You have on a coon hat.
And that's all I can focus on.
Yo, it's distracting.
I'm doing it. You're literally
it's distracting.
Are you smart enough to focus on something else?
Yo, the fact that you don't believe that a a community with the average salary of $43,000 a year could be surrounded by $1 million homes, which just like it, you
So
know.
someone tore down that $1 million home to build a $5 million property, like you said, right? Someone did that.
Yeah, it would
Who
be
was them? Who did
six.
that?
It would be 6 apartments.
When was
Huh?
that? When did that happen?
I'm trying to think of this. It happened during Trump's administration. No, it happened during Biden's administration.
So
It happened during Biden's
look up who
administration.
tore down that building and built a $5 million property on it.
I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it was on Gun Hill
You're just
and
making stuff up
Halden.
about stuff you don't really
No,
know.
I'm
You don't
not.
really understand. Let's
No,
just
I'm
get
not.
back. Let's just get back on topic.
No, I'm not. I could
Let's
actually.
just get back on topic because you don't know what the opportunity zone is, and you're not really giving a good definition of it. When I'm literally looking at the
Yo,
definition on the next
you
screen
don't
right
know what
here.
it is, and you touted it as something that's
Opportunity zones are
great.
an economic
And I
development tool that allow
explained to
people to
you
invest in distressed areas in the United States. $1 million
and
home is
sell
going to be
and not
considered
pay
distressed.
capital
Like, come
gains
on now.
tax.
The purpose of this,
Not
cap,
pay
what
any
is
tax
capital
on the
gains
sale.
tax?
You pay no, when you are an investor, you put in a certain amount of money, right? And then when you sell, you get back the profit from your investment. Typically, the difference between what you put in and what you get is taxed.
So you don't understand
Depending
what
on how
capital
long,
gains
hold
tax
on,
is
hold on.
anyways.
Depending on how long they had it determines on how much you pay. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
don't know
But
what
there's a
capital gains
tax,
tax is then.
there's a tax assessed to that is my
So you
point.
don't know what capital gains tax is then.
Of course I know what it is.
Capital gains tax, if you have a property and the value of that property goes up, you have to pay a certain tax on that. But you only pay
Yeah,
that tax when you realize
when you
the gains
sell
from
it.
that property.
Exactly. When you sell it, right?
So you tell me, I don't even know why I'm having this argument with you. You don't even understand what I'm talking about. Let's get back on topic.
So
on
when
topic
you
of
sell it,
interracial marriage, black on black crime, or
what problem do you
Democrats
have with interracial marriage?
No, I'm just saying this is what a lot of people that say they're pro-black. They usually tend to have a problem with interracial marriage. Talking about black men shouldn't date a snow bunny, black men shouldn't date outside their race, stuff like that. Have you not?
That's
heard
really
that?
one guy. That's really one guy.
Bro, have you? So you only heard one person ever talk about that?
Like the main one.
So you told me you only heard Umar ever talk about that. Nobody else.
He's the main one.
So you don't see videos on TikTok about black women saying, "Oh, why are black men dating out?" Trying to say the reason black men are dating out instead of just asking the black men, "Why are you dating out?"
I think people I know a lot of guys like dudes that that would have the audacity to walk around in real life with a raccoon hat on their head, yo. That would just come across as corny to some black women, and they may relate more to a white woman, yo. Or a white woman may relate more to them.
When I was single, I used to date black women. I used to date white women.
Who am I to put in that man's head that he should restrict himself from happiness, yo?
So you don't have a problem with it, but some people do though.
I don't care.
This is not about you then. This is about the individual that do have something negative to say about it for some reason. Just because you don't have a problem with it, just because you say you don't care, don't mean there ain't people that will talk crap about certain things like this. You know that, right?
Why? What people think about you is no one's business, yo.
Bro, I feel like you're not listening to what I'm saying.
I hear everything you're saying.
And whatever you just say something completely different than what I'm talking about.
I just refuse to co-sign the fuckery, yo. I'm not.
So you don't hear
yo.
you don't ever hear anybody, you don't ever hear black people talking about dating outside the race except outside of Umar Johnson.
Yeah, but if I said that shit to like my kids, they would look at me like it was the most racist thing they ever heard in their life, yo.
So you see my point. Are you pro-black or are you just racist? A lot of people that say they're pro-black will say something about dating outside your race, which is just racist. Is it not?
You could be pro-black and have a black wife. You could be pro-black and have a white wife. That doesn't mean you're less black.
Have you heard
because
Jasmine
of who
Crockett
you
talk
fall in love
about
with?
The representative Donald, I forgot his last name, talk about him having a white wife?
What about him having a white wife?
Have you heard Jasmine Crockett talk about that?
Nope.
Okay, then that's somebody else outside of Umar. More people have something to say about it than you think. And the crazy thing is, they only care when it's a black man dating outside the race. When the vice president was doing it, she had a whole white husband. No one had anything to say about that. Am I
Nobody
wrong?
fucking cares, yo. Nobody cares, yo.
Then why do people talk about it then?
Nobody cares. Kamala Harris' husband is Jewish. Nobody fucking cares, yo.
Bro, do you just live in a bubble? Do you not hear what other people say outside of, oh, I think I don't have a problem with it, so no one else should?
I mean, I don't let TikTok season my brain and shit, yo. I have a mind of my own, yo. So, you know,
So
I
you
don't
don't. So
let.
you don't pay
I'm
attention
trying not to get
so you don't hear other
radicalized.
people say,
I'm hard to radicalize, yo. That's all.
bro. It seems like you're not. It's not like it don't seem like you're hard to radicalize. You just seem like you don't listen to what other people say. Like I've been
Nah, I'm
saying
just
all
hard
this
to
stuff. I've been bringing up
radicalize.
examples. And you're
I'm
saying
not going to be
nobody cares.
brainwashed by
If
MAGA.
nobody
I'm not
cares,
going to
then
be
why do I have these
brainwashed by
examples to
black
bring up?
nationalism. I'm just hard to brainwash. That's all.
Why are you? What are you talking about? Brainwash,
Yo, that MAGA shit is brainwash, yo.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
And a lot of people
Bro, there's a difference
gravitated to
between
that.
being MAGA and just saying, "Yo, I'm gonna vote for this particular candidate."
Yo, he's
There,
a horrible president, yo. He's not good at what he does. We need a competent person in office. He is not one.
Afro Nabi, that's the name.
Yes.
I got a question, Afro Nabi. Are you pro-black or just racist?
Am I what?
This is for Afro Nabi. Are you pro-black or just racist? It's not. It's a rhetorical question. It's just a
You
joke.
having dinner now?
What's your
No.
opinion, Afro
Yeah, the
Nabi?
food pan.
Well, the people, hey, not much. The people that know me will tell you that I'm not racist, but I'm not pro-black either. I'm pro-right and anti-wrong.
I respect that. I respect that. I'm on the same side.
All right, and so I pay attention to the BS coming from all sides of the political spectrum.
I got a question. Have you ever
So I
have you
pay
ever
attention.
heard someone say something negative about black people dating outside the race, outside of Umar Johnson?
Yeah, only the men. Yes, only the men though, which is why I made my statement.
I see it now. I
And
see people do
so
care.
basically, so people care only when it's the brothers.
So I'm not crazy, right?
No, you ain't crazy. You all the stuff you see, that's exactly what's going on.
So I got a question. I got another question for you. Do you think black culture is cooked?
On for a second.
Say that again.
To yes. Why do you think a lot of brothers are Catholics and leaving?
I think it's cooked. I
It's
think
cooked
we
to
need
the
a
point brothers are
like a
getting
black
passports
renaissance.
and leaving.
Like we need to revive the black community, change a lot of stuff in the culture. And some people probably we should just leave behind. And we can't consider people that consider ghetto culture as part of black culture. Hey,
What's the
Coco
problem
Row
with
Beans, go ahead, join.
you need it, but it would be shut down by the wicked black that is responsible for all the stuff you're
Wait, say that again. You're not coming in clear on my headphones.
we do need
Hello? Afro Nabi, you're
but
not
it would
coming in
be
clear.
going
Afro Nabi, you're not coming in clear. All right, when he comes back in, I'm gonna let him talk. But okay, I can hear someone now.
I'm gonna go where I can get a better signal.
All right, go ahead. Because a lot of stuff that people consider that makes up culture is not necessarily good in the black community. the music, the food, it might be jamming, the food might taste delicious, but it's not really that good. Like, come on, like we can't act like the music is like. I know we want to talk about. Oh, what about this? Country music. What about rock? Okay, what about it? Their main three topics is not about illicit substances, having a whole bunch of SDX going all around town just slinging it. Wait, with it, illicit substances, and talk about just trying to get your paper up. Oh, I just like wasn't like a lyric that said. Like, my gun hates N-words. I'm like, wait a minute. This is what we listening to? Like, come on now. And some people are just saying, you know what? You're right. We do need a black renaissance. We do need to change stuff in the culture. They're like, yo, what about this? What about that? I'm like, what about it, though? Like, the majority of this stuff, old boy brought up Nicki Minaj. I'm like, she raps about that stuff. And then old boy brought up who is it? Who he brought up? Lady Gaga. I'm like, Lady Gaga, what's wrong with Lady Gaga? I don't know nothing about Lady Gaga. And he's like, oh, I don't really know. I'm like, then why are you bringing up Lady Gaga for? If you don't really listen to her music, you don't really know much about her. That just seemed crazy to me.
It was just an example of how pop music is as, negative as you said hip hop music was. That's all.
Okay, what else? Who else in pop music? So I got a question. Do you think black culture currently right now, the dominant black culture is good?
What's dominant black culture? There's literally a radio station for every type of black music. There's a Spotify list for every type of black music.
Bro, how old are you?
I'm 53 years old.
Bro, so you don't listen to the current popular black culture.
Of course I do.
Bro, so you listen to rap music?
Yeah, I listen to Drake.
What does Drake talk about?
Mostly dumb shit. I didn't hear no Kia yet.
So am I wrong then?
Well, what's wrong with it? I'm not in a club, B. That shit is like music that I drive to, yo.
Okay, dude. So you listen to rap. Do most rappers talk about these three topics? SDX, illicit substances, and getting their money up, even if it might be in an illegal way.
So what, yo? You like action movies?
Is that a good example for the kids?
You like action movies?
Is that a good example for the kids?
Do kids like action movies?
It's not the same.
How is it not the same? It's exactly the same.
Because let me explain this. Let me explain why it's
exactly the same.
It's not the same. And it's not the same for this reason. When you look at hip hop and the rap genre, it was created by Afro people for Afro people in the beginning. Then we sold it out to the people. Then we sold it out. And now Viacom controls it. And they put forth the message that is in it. And the message in hip hop is negative, specifically for the Afro community, where it gets most of their listeners, right? Movies are designed for everybody in the world, and people see them as fantasy and don't copy them. And so action movie, nobody's jumping out of a helicopter except for parkour people. Nobody's jumping out of a helicopter onto a roof, doing a flip and jumping off the roof and flying. But a lot of people is listening to rap and taking in the messages that come from hip hop because they think it's about our street, not knowing that we don't have, the street people don't control what comes out in the record industry. It's controlled by the people that want to do the school to prison pipeline with rap as a tool for that. That's the difference.
I don't think music I don't think music enhances the chances or reduces the chances of that happening. If everyone was listening
I'm
to
gonna tell you
classical
as a
music,
musician,
you would still have the same level of
No.
conflict.
you don't understand the power of music, right? And I can tell you
But
this
is it
as a
stronger than the
musician.
power of the visual arts? Is it more powerful than
Listen,
the movie?
Yes, it's way stronger
I
than
got a
Because they
that.
question.
blame
It
Do
is way
people
Scarface
stronger.
recite? Do people recite
This
lyrics
is why
more
culture.
they
or
put.
movie quotes? Are people going around saying movie quotes or
They
saying lyrics? I saw a group
I
of
got
little
one
they
girls
better than
saying
blame
that.
"sexy red"
Scarface
lyrics.
on cocaine culture.
Say that
Hold
again.
it. I'll go better than that. In the movies, you don't see a single movie without a music score.
Hey, someone got some stuff in the background playing.
Hold on.
So I got a question for Heat Meister. Do you hear people singing more rap lyrics or more movie quotes?
Never cared to pay attention
Then why did you bring up do people listen to movies more or rap? Why are you giving these
because we're
examples and saying, "Oh,
influenced
I
more
don't
by
care"?
movies. I
Hey,
think
let me
we're
say this.
influenced
Could
by
I
a lot of
add this,
movies.
brother? We're in the movies. They would be nothing without a music score. As a matter of fact, the Star Wars theme and the Darth Vader march is the most recognizable music score in cinema. And when you look at the difference between the dialogue in movies, when they do the green screen and how they made it, and you listen to it with and without the music, it is the difference between night and day. And the reason why they use music score in the movie, because it enhances what is being said, it sets the mood. And as a musician that plays keyboard, drums, and other instruments, what I can tell you is this, especially in the church. I used to play in a church. I can make people shout whenever I felt like it. Because if you're good enough to do it, you can egg them on. You can control the spirit of people simply by what you play and how you play it. That's how powerful music is. And whatever is behind the
Nevertheless, if I was
music,
hearing
as
impaired, I
far
could
as
still get the
lyrics,
message of the
hold
movie.
it, behind the music, lyrics behind the music are more memorable to people than lyrics by themselves.
Nevertheless, if I'm hearing impaired, I could still watch a movie and get the message and the storyline without the music.
Dude, you're just arguing just to be arguing because that don't make no kind of sense from what I just said. I said the music enhances and
I'm not
makes people
disagreeing with
remember it
that.
more.
I'm not disagreeing with that. But
Yeah.
I'm merely pointing out that if I'm hearing impaired and I'm watching a film, I'm watching Scarface, I'm influenced by that movie also. And it
But the
has
hearing
nothing to do with the
impaired,
music. Has nothing to do with the music in
no.
that case.
Hold on. Let me say this. The hearing, and I speak sign language too, that's another thing. The hearing impaired, I'm not hearing impaired though, but I had a lot of deference. The hearing impaired is not affected by movies as much as we are because they see it like a book, right? And so there is no, for better, lack of a better word, it's sterile. It's a matter of fact. It's sterile. And that's why you don't see them. Now, they're influenced by visual culture, what they see outside, like how they see us act, and they can dance to the vibration of music in the club. So they feel the vibrations and stuff like that coming from the music, and they can keep in step because they are aware of the vibration that is given off by the beat and the music. So even though they're hearing impaired, they feel the vibrations from music more so than reading